Whenever the topic of AI risk comes up, the conversation almost always seems to jump to the extremes, right? It's either a perfect utopia or some kind of apocalypse. But what if the biggest danger isn't some dramatic takeover, but something way quieter, happening right under our noses?
We see these questions everywhere. They're big, they're dramatic, and frankly, they're designed to grab your attention. But focusing so much on these huge, far-off fears might actually be distracting us from the real challenges we need to be solving today. So let's just park the sci-fi scenarios for a minute and look at a problem that's already here. It's working silently inside the systems we're already using every single day.
The most urgent threat we're facing right now isn't some evil, super-intelligent AI deciding to turn on us. Nope, the real risk is a lot more subtle. It's about the human values we built into our automated systems and then completely forget about. The danger isn't that our AI will fail in some spectacular way, it's that it will succeed too quietly.
So how does something like this even happen? Well, and this is the really interesting part, this problem doesn't come from broken AI, it actually comes from AI that is working perfectly.
Think about it. Most AI systems today are built to do one thing incredibly well: optimize. They make workflows more efficient, they cut costs, they speed up timelines. And because they're so good at what they do, we naturally start to trust them. And that, right there, is where the trouble can start.
This whole thing has a name: value drift. It all starts when a human decision, a choice we made about what's important, gets hard-coded into a system. The system then executes on that choice flawlessly, for years, long after our world and maybe even our own values have completely changed.
So let's make this real. Imagine a hiring tool that was built, say, 10 years ago. A decision was encoded into it. Prioritize candidates from top-tier universities, because back then, that was seen as a good proxy for quality. The system does this perfectly. All the performance dashboards stay green. But today, the company's goals have shifted. Now they value diverse backgrounds and practical skills. But here's the thing. No alarms ever go off because technically nothing is broken. Over time, the why behind that original rule just fades away, leaving an outdated what running on autopilot.
Now the solution we always hear is, well, just keep a human in the loop, but is that really enough? It turns out there's a huge difference between just supervising a system and actually owning the decisions it makes.
Because in practice, human in the loop often just means someone is rubber stamping an AI's recommendation. They're looking at the final answer, not the deep-seated assumptions that led to it. It's a really passive role, and people usually only step in after something has already gone wrong.
Supervision is basically just reviewing results. Ownership, on the other hand, is defining what success even means in the first place. Supervision is clicking approve. Ownership is asking, wait, what are the assumptions behind this recommendation? Ownership is an active, ongoing responsibility.
And this really gets to the heart of it. We love that AI is fast, but the real danger here isn't speed, it's closure. Closure is when a system quietly decides that a really complex human issue is solved and then just closes the book on it. For things like public policy or healthcare decisions, those conversations should never be silently finalized by a machine.
So what's the path forward? It's not about slamming the brakes on progress. It's about changing our whole approach. It's about designing our systems for responsibility and asking much better questions right from the start.
Right now, we are really good at asking questions about performance. Is it accurate? Is it efficient? But we need to get much better at asking governance questions. Questions like, which of our values did we lock into this system? When was the last time we actually checked if that value is still the right one? And when should we plan to challenge it again?
This all points to a much healthier kind of partnership. Let the AI do what it does best, show us different options, run simulations, expose the hidden trade-offs we might not see. But that actually makes the human role even more important. We have to be the ones who decide what success even looks like. We have to be the ones who choose which compromises are okay. And, most critically, we have to be the ones to revisit those choices as our world keeps changing.
And that's a really hopeful way to look forward. This isn't about being scared of technology. It's about being more intentional with our design. We can absolutely build systems that surface their own assumptions and use automation to support our judgment, not replace it.
So, I'll just leave you with this to think about. As AI systems become more capable, where do you think human responsibility should remain non-automatable?